My name's Christina Motley. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself here in a minute. My daughter is a graduating senior at Wakefield High School and has been here through since 9th grade. So I'm a firm believer in education, and I am here today to give you some guiding principles to make you a better communicator throughout your high school career, in college, and after college. So I always start with the data and going back to the research. So what can we learn from the masters when it comes to communication? We have 2 ears, right? Obviously, most of us, at least if we're blessed, and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. So one of the very common problems with communicators, and this is true with all communicators, be it managers, leaders, maybe your parents, okay, is we like to talk. As human beings, we like to talk. And so we are not always active listeners. So one of the tips I'm going to give you today is when you're communicating, and communication is important, listen, and listen more, right? To really make sure you understand the direction. So there are communication myths. What is communication and what communication is not? Communication is not a laughing matter. It is very serious. It is not a one-way dialogue, hence dialogue 2-way, right? You're seeing that in social media. It is not only verbal. We communicate in many, many ways. And communication's not easy. People think it's easy. It's not easy. It's not always a natural talent for a number of people. It can be learned and mastered, but it's not always easy. Sometimes we have to have difficult conversations. Sometimes we have to address difficult subjects. Sometimes we have to learn how to public speak well and not say all the ums and likes and buts. So it is learned. So successful communicators have traits and characteristics in common. I thought I'd touch on a few of these. If there's any you want me to expand on, please let me know. So be specific. There are so many times as communicators where we're not specific enough. How many of you have felt that? Not specific enough. The teacher doesn't give you enough direction, or you still have questions, or right? So you get that. So the more specific, the better. Because if it can be misunderstood, it will be misunderstood. So to continue, develop skills for communicating to others. Not just with others, but to others. So right now, this is very much one way. I'm up here and I'm communicating to you, right? We're going to do an activity and I'm going to hope you're going to communicate back with me, in which case I'll be communicating with you. So learn that. You can learn that and master that. Learn how to interpret information from others. So this goes to the give and take, the 2-way. It's a to and a from. Listen more. I said that at the beginning. We don't listen enough. Communicate, confirm, and communicate again, which is what I was talking about with my employees, right? I communicate again, and then ask, hey, what did you hear? Ask questions. That's a great form of communication. When you don't understand, when you haven't been given specific instructions, ask questions. Your teachers want you to ask questions. And I am of the belief that no question is stupid and no idea is stupid. It's what makes the world go around. And the more we collaborate, the better ideas are generated. So nonverbal signals. We talked about facial expressions, body movements, gestures, eye contact, super important. Super important. I know executives that when they interview you for jobs, if you don't make personal eye contact, you're immediately disqualified. Who cares what your credentials are, folks? That's one of those unspoken truths that really exist. If you don't make eye contact in an interview, there are people that will dismiss you. Touch, physical touch, is offensive to some. Others embrace it. You know, space, we talked about getting in your physical space. Voice, your tone, your reflection, your clarity, your projection.